Hello, future economists. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of exchange rates. An exchange rate is simply the price of one country's currency in terms of another's, like a price tag for money itself. Every country has its own currency. The US has the dollar, Japan the yen, Europe the euro. When you buy something abroad, you swap your money for theirs, and the exchange rate sets the rule for that swap. These rates are the invisible gears connecting economies worldwide, letting a farmer in Iowa sell corn to Korea, or a designer in Sweden sell games to Brazil. Exchange rates change constantly, affecting the price of your phone, your clothes, and even your gas. Learning about them is like getting a decoder ring for the global economy. Ready to explore? Let's go! Let's break it down. Exchange rates might seem complicated at first, but they're actually a fascinating part of how the global economy functions. Every time you travel abroad, shop online from another country, or hear about international business deals, exchange rates are quietly working in the background, shaping the value of money across borders. Exchange rates are set in the foreign exchange market, Forex, a global network where banks, businesses, and governments trade currencies 24/7. This market is the largest and most liquid in the world, with trillions of dollars exchanged every single day. It never sleeps because somewhere in the world, people are always trading. The rate is shown as a pair, like USD at EUR. This tells you how much one unit of a currency is worth in another. It's a simple way to compare the value of money from different countries. If USD EUR is 0.90, $1 gets you 90 euro cents, so if you're traveling to Europe and want to buy something that costs €1, you'd need about $1.11. These rates affect everything from the price of imported goods to the cost of your next vacation. This value isn't fixed, it moves all day, every day. Exchange rates are constantly changing, sometimes by the second, as new information and trades flow into the market. Even small changes can have big impacts on businesses and travelers alike. When a currency's value rises, it's called appreciation. When it falls, depreciation. These movements can be influenced by economic news, political events, or even rumors that affect how people feel about a country's future. Who decides the rate? Millions of buyers and sellers, driven by supply and demand. No single person or government sets the price. It's the collective actions of everyone in the market that determine what a currency is worth at any moment. If lots of people want Swiss francs, its value goes up. This can happen if investors think Switzerland's economy is strong or stable, or if they see it as a safe place to keep their money during uncertain times. If they sell, it goes down. A sudden loss of confidence or a big economic problem can make people rush to sell a currency, causing its value to drop quickly. Currencies are like shares in a country's economy. When people believe in a country's growth and stability, they want its currency. If they worry about its future, they look elsewhere. Strong economies attract investors, boosting demand for their currency. This is why news about jobs, inflation, or government policies can move exchange rates so quickly. If an economy struggles, investors sell off its currency, lowering its value. This can make imports more expensive and affect the cost of living for everyone in that country. So, the exchange rate is a real-time report card for a country's economic health. It reflects how the world views a nation's prospects and stability, minute by minute. It's a dynamic global system always in motion. Exchange rates connect economies, businesses, and people everywhere, making the world more interconnected than ever before. That's the engine behind international money. Understanding exchange rates helps you see how our world's economies are linked, and why a change in one country can ripple across the globe. How do exchange rates affect you? You might not think about them every day, but they play a surprisingly big role in your life. Let's start with travel, one of the most obvious ways exchange rates show up. Imagine you're planning a dream trip to London. If the dollar is strong against the pound, your vacation suddenly becomes more affordable. You get more pounds for every dollar you exchange. That means your hotel, meals, and souvenirs all cost less in terms of dollars. But if the dollar weakens, the same trip can get a lot more expensive. Suddenly your budget doesn't stretch as far, and you might have to cut back on experiences or shopping. Exchange rates can make or break your travel plans. But it's not just about vacations. Exchange rates also impact what you pay for imported goods like TVs from South Korea, French wine, or Italian shoes. When the dollar is strong, these products become more affordable for American shoppers, making it easier to enjoy goods from around the world. On the flip side, A strong dollar can be tough for American exporters. When our currency is strong, our goods become more expensive for people in other countries, which can mean fewer sales for American businesses abroad. This can impact jobs and profits for companies that rely on exports. Take farmers, for example. If you're an orange grower selling to Canada, a strong dollar means Canadians have to pay more for your fruit. If prices get too high, they might start buying from other countries instead, which can hurt your business. That's why governments and economists watch exchange rates so closely. They know that changes in currency values can affect jobs, prices, and the overall health of the economy. Even small shifts can have big ripple effects. If a country's currency is too strong, exports can suffer, and local industries might struggle. But if it's too weak, the cost of imports rises, making everyday items more expensive for everyone. Exchange rates touch almost every part of your daily life, from the bananas on your breakfast table to the price of your next international vacation. Even if you never travel, you're still affected every time you buy something made overseas. So, even though you might not see them, exchange rates are everywhere, shaping your choices, your spending, and your opportunities. That's why they matter. Pretty cool, right? Exchange rates are all about supply and demand. The supply is how much of a currency is available. Demand is how much people want it. The rate balances these forces. Demand rises when people buy a country's goods or invest there, like Americans buying German cars, which boosts demand for euros. Investment is another driver. To buy Japanese stocks, you need yen, increasing demand for yen. On the flip side, when Americans buy foreign goods or travel, they supply dollars to buy other currencies. Central banks can also increase supply through their policies. Every international transaction is a tug of war between supplying one currency and demanding another. This constant push and pull sets the price for every currency. That's the heart of the Forex market. Beyond trade, interest rates are a major force in currency values. Higher interest rates attract investors. Everyone wants a better return, so they buy that currency, pushing its value up. If the UK raises rates, investors buy pounds. If rates drop, they look elsewhere, and the currency falls. Central banks like the Federal Reserve set these rates, and their decisions ripple through global markets. Countries must balance. Lower rates can help businesses borrow and grow, but may weaken the currency and make imports pricier. Raise rates, and the currency strengthens, but borrowing gets tougher. It's a high-stakes balancing act. Interest rates are one of the most powerful levers in the global economy. That's why financial news always covers central bank meetings. One decision can move currencies worldwide. It's economic chess at the highest level. Inflation is another heavyweight in currency values. Inflation means prices rise and your money buys less. If a country has high inflation, its currency loses value. No one wants money that's shrinking in worth. Investors sell high inflation currencies, driving their value down. Currencies from countries with low stable inflation tend to be stronger. For example, if the US has 2% inflation and another country has 10%, the dollar will likely appreciate against that currency. This is called purchasing power parity. Central banks fight inflation by raising interest rates, which can strengthen the currency. Inflation and interest rates are deeply connected, shaping currency strength. Keeping inflation low is key to a strong currency. Let's get practical. How do you convert currencies? First, find the current exchange rate online. To convert dollars to euros, multiply amount in dollars x exchange rate = amount in euros. Example, $500 x 0.92 = 460 euros. To convert back, divide amount in euros. Exchange rate = amount in dollars. Example, 50 euros, $0.9254.35. Remember, banks and exchange booths charge a fee, so you'll get a slightly worse rate. This is called the spread. Shop around for the best rate. The math is simple. Multiply to convert to foreign currency, divide to convert back. With this skill, you're ready to travel or shop internationally. Currency conversion is just basic math. No need to be intimidated. Now you're a currency pro. Let's put it all together with a trip to Japan. Imagine you're at the airport, passport in hand, ready for an adventure in a country full of vibrant culture, delicious food, and high-tech cities. You've been planning this trip for months, and now it's finally happening. As you board your flight, you start thinking about how you'll manage your money while exploring everything Japan has to offer. The exchange rate is $1 = 157 yen. You've saved $2,000 for your journey, and you want to make every dollar count. Before you even land, you check the latest rates to see how much yen you'll get for your hard-earned cash. Multiply $2,000 x 157 equal, sign 314,000 yen. That's right, you're a yen millionaire. Suddenly your budget feels a lot bigger and you start dreaming about all the amazing things you can do and buy in Japan. Now, a ramen bowl costs 1,000 yen, a Skytree ticket 3,000 yen. You can easily plan your budget. With your yen in hand, you can map out your meals, sightseeing, and even a few splurges on souvenirs or experiences. See a gadget for 25,000 yen? Maybe it's the latest headphones or a cool camera you've been eyeing. Divide 25,000 yen, $159.24. Using a currency converter app or a quick calculation, you can instantly know how much you're really spending in dollars. Compare prices to see if it's a good deal. This way, you can decide if it's worth buying now or waiting until you're back home. After your trip, you have 5,000 yen left. Maybe you didn't spend as much as you thought, or you budgeted perfectly. Divide 5,000 yen, $157.31.85. You can convert your leftover yen back to dollars, or keep it as a souvenir for your next visit. The exchange booth will take a small fee, so you'll get a bit less. It's always good to check the rates and fees before exchanging your money. You've used exchange rates to plan, shop, and convert money like a pro. Keeping track of your spending helps you enjoy your trip without worry. A good exchange rate can make your trip more affordable, letting you experience more of what Japan has to offer. Now you understand how to make smart choices abroad. Whether it's food, fun, or shopping, you know how to get the most for your money. You've mastered the economics of travel. With these skills, you can explore the world with confidence and excitement. Ready for your next adventure? Wherever you go, you'll be prepared to make the most of every moment and every dollar. We've explored how exchange rates connect the world: trade, travel, investment, and more. These rates reflect a country's economic health and are shaped by supply, demand, interest rates, and inflation. They impact your daily life, from the price of chocolate to your next vacation. Knowing how to convert currencies is a practical, valuable skill. Understanding exchange rates gives you insight into global news and business. It's more than math. It's a window into how our world works. You now have a passport to the global economy. Stay curious and keep exploring.